What's up, everyone? It's Deuce here. This is going to be my review for tonight's edition of Monday Night Raw. Just went off there about 20 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago, February 20th, 2012. I just got to say, I fucking loved this Raw. I absolutely loved it. Wow. Uh, you saw a lot of WrestleMania things were set in stone tonight. A lot of matches, and this is looking like one of the best WrestleMania cards within the in the past, compared to the last 5 years. At least this is the best card in the last 5 years. I mean, wow. This what a great show. I'm just gonna get down to it, because I don't take more time than I really need to. Uh, so Raw kicks off. I missed like the first 2 minutes because it's kind of taking a dump in the bathroom, but oh well. Got to take care of business, when it's that time. Um, yeah, so Raw kicks off when I came out of the John. Uh, Eve was talking to the Bellas. I didn't really miss much, I guess. But apparently, when I came out, she was acting all heelish and talking to the Bellas. Talking down on Zach, basically saying, I used him. That's what people do in this world. They use each other, and I used Zach to hook in the big fish. Exactly what I want, John Cena. And he's like, wait till you see tonight. What I do to him tonight. It's like gonna get me what else I want or whatever. And basically, she gives the Bellas her iPhone. She's like, record this. I'm going to go to John Cena's locker room. Like, it's already recording, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they turn around and Cena's right there, and he's kind of just shaking his head and, uh, just kind of, yeah, shakes his head and kind of chuckles at Eve and just walks away. And she's like, John, let me explain myself. So it's really weird. We're all open up with basically Eve turning ill, and the Bellas were acting like faces. I don't understand. Basically, it was like he actually thinks Zach be with a woman like me, like this. It's just like fucking hoe, hosky. So then, yeah, Cena walks up, and then Cena to the ring, and Eve comes down and basically is just trying to plead her case. And Cena he looked like his old self in this segment. I actually kind of respected it a bit. It was a little edgy. He was called Eve a scandalous bitch, and he called her a hoski. He said broskies before hoskies. And then a hoskies chant started, which was hilarious. And then basically said she tried to get all over him and stuff. And like she broke down in the middle of the ring, started crying. And Cena, like you could tell, kind of felt bad and tried to help her up. And then she was all over him. And he was like, oh, guys, like get her off me or whatever. He's like, I came here disease free. I want to leave that way, which is really funny. So I got to give it to Cena. That was funny. So Cena, yeah. Um, yeah, then Cena leaves the ring, and Eve basically breaks down. She's helped to the back. Commercial, and back in commercial, Sheamus the ring, followed by Mark Henry. So first matchup of the night, Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Sheamus wins with a brogue kick. Now a very long match. And Sheamus, by the way, chose to face Daniel Bryan for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 28. So that should be a good match. They had their U.S. title match last year that wasn't even on the card. They got bumped off the card, yeah, which I wanted to see. So this year we'll get to see him for the World Heavyweight Championship, and two guys who've never main evented a WrestleMania before. I'm really looking forward to it. Those guys, they could put on a really good match. So then backstage after the Sheamus match, we see John Laurinaitis talking to David Otunga. It's funny. He's got a matching coffee mug for like whatever his top is, like color his top is. Like he had a purple vest, like purple sweater vest and a purple bow tie on it. He had a purple coffee mug. Uh, it's funny. It's still a tool though. So basically, yeah, they're talking to David Otunga, and Teddy Long walks in, and basically they talk about who's best fit to run both brands and be the permanent GM. And Johnny A says tonight there'll be a 10-man battle royal to determine who will face CM Punk at WrestleMania 28 for his WWE Championship. And 5 guys from Raw, five from SmackDown. I don't know why SmackDown would be involved. They're already getting their world title match. Yeah. So anyway, Teddy then threw some good insults at David Otunga. He told him he looked like very what the fuck. I don't even know what he said. He said some insults that were kind of funny, I guess. And he said tonight you'll take on someone from the SmackDown roster. Because he basically said everyone on the SmackDown roster is better than you, which is funny. So then we get a hype for the Taker Triple H segment later. Back from commercial. R-Truth to the ring, followed by Kofi Kingston, and both are selling their injuries from last night. Take note, Cena. Out next comes the tag team champions, Primo and Epico, with the lovely Rosa Mendez. Oh my goodness, ay mami. Oh my goodness. Oh mommy. She's fucking smoking hot. But yeah, so R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus Primo and Epico. Kofi and Kofi and Truth win after Kofi at Trouble in Paradise on Primo. Then we get hyped for the next inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. Commercial, back commercial, and we find out the newest inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame is Ron Simmons. Damn! Uh, Definitely well deserved. I really like the video package they showed of him. Showed like some old clips of him like from his football days and stuff too at Florida State. And when he won the WCW World Title back in '92, I think. But it's really cool. Definitely well deserving, and JBL will be in there one day. They're boys, obviously. So it was cool seeing some of the old APA footage. That brings back great memories. But yeah, Ron Simmons into Hall of Fame, good shit. And then we see what happened to Chris Jericho last night, and then we go backstage, and Jericho's there with Josh Matthews, and Jericho basically says he was never eliminated last night. Punk is a punk of a champion, and he says, "What kind of champion is he?" He's like, he says he's the best in the world at what he does, and he knows it. He says tonight will be the end of the world as you know it, and Punk will see by the end of the night. Commercial. Back from commercial. Out next is out comes David Otunga to the ring with John Laurinaitis, and then out next is Otunga's opponent, Ezekiel Jackson, accompanied by Teddy Long. David Otunga versus Ezekiel Jackson. Otunga won with his finisher. Wow, Ezekiel Jackson really hit rock bottom. You're jobbing at David Otunga now. Otunga wins with his finisher. It's good shit. And then we see what happened last week when Shawn Michaels confronted Triple H. And then after the clip of that, we see Taker walking backstage with the camera. All it shows is his feet, his like boots, and the bottom of his trench coat. Commercial. The back from commercial, out comes Taker. He's wearing a different type of trench coat this time. The sleeves, kind of like his old school fucking like Ministry of Darkness, where his sleeves are cut off and he had the hood on, but you could tell his hair was cut. Kept his hood on the whole time during the promo too. So no American Badass, unfortunately. Well, maybe for now. I don't know. Maybe he'll like transition or something. But yeah, so he comes out and gets on the mic and says, for the past year, I've had to remember day in and day out, like the beating Triple H gave me last year at WrestleMania. Says that's why I came back 3 weeks ago to give Triple H one more chance. Blah blah blah. He said I never would have imagined Triple H. The answer being no. Taker says we're approaching a wrestling apocalypse, and he and Triple H are all the remains of an era. Sad, but it's true, man. It really is. It gives me goosebumps. He says that this will end. He says Triple H can lie to Shawn Michaels and himself, but he can't lie to him, Undertaker. Taker says he wants Triple H to come out and tell him to his face. Taker says again, this is the apocalypse. Triple H's music hits, out comes the game. Triple H starts to talk, and then Taker cuts him off. And he says, shut up. He's like sick of the excuses. And Triple H says, Taker's right. We are the last two of an era. Basically, Triple H says, I won't be the one to extinguish that flame. And then Taker asks Triple H, is it bad for business? Is it going to be bad for business, like if I'm gone, or will it be bad for business if you're gone? Which is good. Drew some oohs from the crowd, which is good. I was really into this segment, man. The guys say they can't put together promos like this. These guys, it's two of a kind. Triple H says he knows what he has to do to finish him, but he's not going to be the one who puts an end to it. And then Triple H tries to walk out of the ring, and Taker says, you can put whatever spin on it you want. At the end of the day, all you're going to see when you look in the mirror is a coward. And Triple H gets back in the ring and like walks a circle on the ring and gets in Taker's face. And he's like, I've had it with this coward stuff. And he gets Taker's face and he kind of like smirks. He's like, I see what you're trying to do. And but the answer is still no. And Triple H leaves the ring, and Taker tells when Triple H is basically on the top of the ramp, and Taker says, maybe you're upset because you can't do what your buddy Shawn couldn't do. And the crowd is like, oh. And then Taker says something like, Shawn's always like, or maybe it's because Shawn is better than you. And then I was like, oh shit, it's on now. And Triple H rips his blazer off, walks back to the ring, says he knows he can finish it. Everyone knows it. He says Shawn couldn't do it, but I know I can. I know what I have to do to finish you. Triple H basically gives in and says, you want it all? You want it to end? You want the end of an era? You want all this to come to a head? You got it. And the crowd erupted. And And Hunter says, we do this, we go all out. No returns, no uncertainty, the end of an era. We do this, it'll be hell in the cell. Which that was fucking awesome. And that, what a segment. Holy fucking shit. What a segment. The Undertaker, Triple H 3. Again, really didn't have to be 3 of these, but Undertaker, Triple H 3 inside Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. Now, I'm curious because how are they going to do this Hell in a Cell in an outdoor stadium, open roof? I'm sure they have their ways. And when he said, Triple H said, we go all out, I fucking guarantee it right now, there's going to be blood in this match. I guarantee it. I mean, think about it. These two, Triple H and Undertaker, they have the biggest voice backstage over any other guys, even more than Cena and Orton, obviously. They're two of the originals that are still there, along with Kane. They could probably get whatever they wanted. There's going to be fucking blood in this match. If there isn't, I'll be very surprised. I think they're going to, like he said, they're going to go all out. This match is going to be absolutely off the fucking chain. Oh my God. And I know Shawn Michaels is somehow going to be incorporated into this. I hope so, man. Just wow. I see. I don't even know who's gonna win. I'm not gonna even start with my predictions yet. WrestleMania is still a long way away. 6 weeks away. 41 days. Everyone to slice it. But wow, Hell in a Cell. So at a WrestleMania 28, it'll be The Undertaker versus Triple H for the third time. This time in Hell in a Cell. Wow. Finally, a Hell in a Cell match booked properly. Not this gimmick pay-per-view shit. Thank you, WWE. Good job. Wow, what a segment. That I was glued to my TV the whole time. Like, wow. Absolutely awesome. Commercial. Sorry. I thought I had a fucking bottle of water in here. Damn it. Oh, I'm thirsty. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, what a segment that was. Wow. We go to commercial and back from commercial. Oh yeah, and as Undertaker kind of smirked and tapped Triple H on the shoulder after he agreed, left. So commercial, back from commercial, out to the ring's World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan. He wasn't really selling his injuries. Out next is Santino Marella. So Daniel Bryan versus Santino. Daniel Bryan won a very short match with a label lock. Then we get hyped for the Battle Royal and Cena addressing the fans. So back from commercial, we go to commercial, back from commercial. The Divas are in the ring. Kelly and Oksana versus the Bellas. Who the fuck cares? I like Oksana's ring attire, I'll say that. And Kelly was looking hot as hell as always, but who the fuck cares? I wanted to see Beth Phoenix. And when the hell is Karma going to come back? The Bellas won with their little twin magic switcheroo slut shit, but who cares? And we get hyped for the Battle Royal again. Then we see John Cena making his way to the ring backstage. So we go to commercial. And back from commercial, Cena's in the ring and basically trashes The Rock a couple of times. He says he has a legit beef with Dwayne Johnson. But I really wasn't paying attention to this because Cena's just such a bore to me. Basically just bitched about how he will still be here April 9th, the night after WrestleMania, and Dwayne will be back in Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. Rock will be on Raw next week, and Cena says, I'll see you next week, movie star, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Cena leaves, you go to commercial. Really, fuck you, Cena. You just cry too much. Then all the superstars, back from commercial, we go to commercial, back from commercial, CM Punk out in his commentary jacket as he sits down at ringside with King and Cole. So then the 10-man battle royal to determine the number one contender for CM Punk's WWE title at WrestleMania 28 is up next. So 10 guys is like, I don't want to really go through all the guys in it. Basically, the guys were in the chamber matches last night. Jericho won, though, like expected. He eliminated the Big Show after Cody Rhodes kind of helped him out after Show eliminated him. I hope they don't start something with Show and Cody. But yeah, so Jericho won, and during the match, it would look Wade Barrett, Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler got thrown out of the ring by Show, so he was eliminated. Landed on Wade Barrett, and I think he may have broken his arm. He was fucked up. They sent trainers down in like a stretcher. They were down at ringside for a while. They took nasty falls. I hope they're all right, though. Never want to see that shit happen. But then after the match, Punk gets in the ring, offers his hand for a handshake, but Y2J smirks and walks away. Raw goes off there with Punk celebrating with his title as Jericho looks on from ringside. Fucking awesome show tonight, guys. WrestleMania 28 is going to be off the fucking chain. I cannot wait to see it. Comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts on tonight's show was, guys, because it was absolutely awesome in my opinion. See you for live SmackDown tomorrow night. Deuce out. Peace.